Hello friends, welcome to my channel Ravi Electronics for you. Today we are going to learn about resistors. I know resistor is a very vast topic. We are not going to concentrate more on the theory. We are going to see how the resistor works, how resistor dissipate power, and we will do some practicals on that, how the resistors connected in series, how it is in parallel, and we are going to more concentrate on the wattage, how resistor dissipates the power. You can see this is a through hole resistor, and now in industries we are going to use SMD. This is surface mount devices 0402 package. There are various packages are there. These resistors will be used in industries. We'll learn about resistor basics and we'll do some practicals on that. First of all, we need to understand what is a resistor. So resistor is simple element which is used to limit the current flow, or it is used to set a voltages in the circuit. Now we will see how the resistor will dissipate power and how the current flows through the circuit when it is having a resistor. Here you can see a voltage source and you are having a resistor. The current is flowing through this. When current is flowing through this, and you will see a voltage drop across this and power dissipation. Here these are the formulas derived from Ohm's law, which I am not going to go through this completely because everyone aware of this. Now we will see more into this, how the resistance wattage we need to calculate. If you are having a 25 ohms of resistor and you are operating at 5 volt, if you are operating at the 5 volt, then the power across the resistance is calculated as P equal to V square by R. With that you are getting as a 1 watt. So the resistor is typically will dissipate 1 watt of power, but in practical we need to take greater than 1 watt so that the resistor will withstand to that power. Now we will see how the resistors will dissipate power when resistors are in series, and we will see how the power will dissipate when resistors are in parallel. I am not going through the complete theory of this and calculations. These are very pretty simple and easy, but I will give the overview of that. So it is, for this circuit we need to calculate the total resistance of R1 and R2. Since this is a series, it is just a R1 plus R2, that is the total resistance. With that we can need to calculate that the current of the complete circuit, it is I equal V by R, so 3 milliamperes. So with this 3 milliamperes we can see that the power dissipation across this I square R and here I square R. With that we came to know that 9 milliwatt and 18 milliwatt with the power dissipation across these resistors R1 and R2. And we will do more practicals on that to understand better understanding of the series resistance. The voltage drop is V equal to IR. So you are having IR. So it is simple, 3 milliamperes into the particular resistance and 3 milliamperes into particular resistance. You will get the voltage over here. So if you add these two, it is going to be your supply voltage. So 6 plus 3 is 9 volt. That is your supply voltage. Like that you will have the, if you add up the power also, the power also the same as the source power. This is all about resistors. We will do the practical for this and we will understand better how the series resistance will dissipate the power. We seen the resistors in series. Now we will try to simulate the same circuit and understand how the power dissipation across the resistance. Now this is a 9 volt battery, the voltage source, and you are having 1k resistance and 2k resistance. By theory you can know that the current flowing through this I equal to V by R, 9 volt divided by your 3 kilo ohms. So with that you are going to calculate that the current flowing through this circuit is 3 milliamperes. Now we will start the simulation and see how the current flows. So you can see the flow of electrons. So this is the way the current will flow through this series resistance R1 and R2. So when current is flowing through this resistance R1, there will be power dissipation across that. So we'll see how the power will dissipate. So we can see here the power dissipation across this R1 resistance is 9 milliwatt. So it is I square R. With that you can calculate 9 milliwatt. Now the power dissipation through this R2 is 18 milliwatt. This is having 18 milliwatts power dissipation. But you can notice that complete current through this circuit, this total current of this circuit is always 3 milliamperes only. Now I am going to increase the voltage. Let's see what will happen. So instead of 9 volt, I am increasing the to 10 volts. So you can notice that the current is increasing here. So as long as I am increasing the voltage, you can notice that there is increase in current. When there is increase in current, you can notice the power dissipation also increase. It is 81.4 milliwatt and it is having 162.2 milliwatt. So it is proportional to the voltage. This is how we can understand the resistance in series, how the power dissipation will happen, and we need to calculate the power dissipation of resistor greater than the actual. At least we can need to calculate twice is the thumb rule, you can keep it. Now we will see how the resistance behavior in parallel circuits. Now we will understand how the resistors in parallel connected and how the power dissipation across the resistance when resistors are in parallel. You can see here 12 volts DC source applied to a resistor R1 and R2. These two resistors are in parallel. So first thumb rule is we need to calculate what is the total resistance of that. So in parallel, this is the formula we are going to use, and the total resistance with this resistance value, it is coming as a 750 ohms. With this 750 ohms, we can able to know that what is the current flowing through this. So the current flowing through this is, you are going to calculate here. So the total current is equal to what is the voltage applied and the R total. So with that you can know that it is having 60 milliamps of current. So with this 60 milliamps of current, and here when it reaches to this node, it is going to divide to this resistor R1 is as a I1 and R2 it is said as a I2. So with this resistance, again as I said in series resistance, the power dissipation across this R2 because of I2 current, and power dissipation through this R1 because of I1 current. So again we can use the same formula I square R, here also I square R, to calculate what is the power dissipation across this. To know the I1 and I2 current, we are having the formulas over here. I1 equal to, here you are having the 12 volt, 12 divided by this resistance. Again here you are having 12 volt divided by this resistance. You are going to calculate I1 current and I2 current. Let's see in practical how this power will be dissipated, and we'll see what is the value of resistance and what is the wattage we need to select for this practically. Now we'll see the resistance behavior in parallel circuit. We are having two resistance R1, R2 and one voltage source 5 volt. These two resistors are in parallel. For simplicity, I have done two resistance in same value, 1 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm. So the total resistance of this one is, it becomes as a half of these two. So it is having 500 ohms is the total resistance. With that, we can calculate that the total current flowing to the circuit is, 5 divided by the total resistance is 500 ohms. With that, we can know that the total current is 10 milliamperes. So with that 10 milliamperes, we will see how the power dissipation across, how much of power dissipation across R1 and how much power dissipation across R2. Now we will start the simulation. you can see the current flowing through the R1 resistor and R2 resistor, and we will see how much of current flowing through the R1. So the R1 current flowing through it is having 5 milliamperes, and since R1 and R2 both are same resistance, we can note that both are having the same current, that is 5 milliamperes here. So with this 5 milliamperes through this R2, the power dissipation across this one will have 25 milliwatt. The same thing we can see 25 milliwatt through R1 resistance. Now if I increase this resistance or decrease the resistance, we will see how the circuit behaves. For example, I am decreasing this resistance R2. Now it is 1 kilo ohm, so I am decreasing that. You can note that the current flowing through this is increased compared to this. So earlier it was 5 milliamperes. Now you can see the current is increased in this path, R2 resistance. So you can see as it decreases the resistance, the current flowing through the R2 increases. Even you can see the flow of electrons, a flow of current is more in this resistance R2 compared to R1. So because of more current, because the resistance always chooses the less resistance path compared to 1K, this is having less resistance. So you can note that the current, the flow of electrons is more in this R2 compared to R1. Again the same formula, that power dissipation across R2 is I square R. The current flowing through that one is 44.25 milliamperes square the resistance. You will get 222.2 milliwatt. The same thing applicable for R1 also. Since we didn't change the resistance 1 kilo ohm, the same current will flow into here, 5 milliamperes will flow here, because you are having 5 volt here at this node, 5 volt divided by this 1 kilo ohm resistance, you will have the same current flow. So this is how we can understand how the resistance behavior in the parallel circuit and series circuits. Now in next sections I will going to learn about how practically the resistance is going to be placed in the circuit motherboards or in PCBs. What is the different types of packages and what are the different types of wattage we need to calculate. These things we will be able to see in upcoming videos. Thank you. For the more details, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.